The Joe Rogan Experience.
Should we wrap this up?
I mean, listen, I don't think we're going to know.
Trump won, and then he lost in this podcast.
I don't think we're going to know, Joe.
We'll never know.
Yeah.
We may never know.
People are going to be mad at both you guys for not voting and me for voting in an irrelevant
Joe
way.
Jorgensen.
Listen, I did what I had to do. I was going to vote. I thought about it, and I looked at the people doing it, and I said, I don't want to be associated with them.
So listen, I just want to reiterate this before we finish, and even though I said it about 78 times tonight. But we have the list of the states: Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Virginia. They don't count the mail-in ballots as they come in, so they're counting all the votes from today, which are going to skew pro-Trump, and then after they count the mail-in votes, which skew pro-Biden.
Can we see the states again?
So those states, I think, are
in play. Now, let me ask you this. Is there a path where if Trump wins Pennsylvania, where he could still lose the election?
Let me see the map. Let's see. If Trump were to win Pennsylvania, and he wins Ohio, and he wins Florida, see, his problem is he's not going to win Wisconsin and Michigan. I think he might eke out to 278 if he gets North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Pennsylvania, Ohio. I think that might get him there, but
I saw a way he could win, or excuse me, Biden could win without getting Pennsylvania, but it would give him 270 exactly, which is like a tough way.
What would that map be?
I'm trying to. I can't check the tweet because you guys are. I have to get it right on my
Look
screen.
Look at that, 270 to win, 118 to 209.
As of right now, it really all rides on Pennsylvania. Because I'll tell you what, Michigan and Wisconsin are not going to stay pro-Trump. They're 100% flipping to Biden because he's up like 8 to 10 points there in the polls, and we haven't counted the mail-ins yet. So Wisconsin and Michigan are gone for Biden for sure. So then it's going to come down to Pennsylvania.
Dun, dun,
and Arizona, too, a little bit, but it looks like Biden's going to hang on there, which is kind of surprising.
Looks like he's winning it.
That's what I'm saying.
It comes down to PA.
Arizona is another fucking state where the Californians fled to. They all went to Phoenix and Tucson.
But it's more old suburban retirees.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Too.
We're not going to know
and they like
until
Biden, those
tomorrow.
people.
That's the thing I
Look
saw.
at this.
Okay, let me
Arizona
just scroll down. Let me see the map.
X-factor. If Michigan and Wisconsin... Scroll back up so I can read that. Michigan and Wisconsin go to Biden as the campaigns have expected, then Pennsylvania takes center stage, right? Not necessarily. Biden could lose Pennsylvania and still win the presidency if he wins Arizona, plus Maine 2 and Nebraska 2. Well, he's not going to win Maine.
No, it's split. Those two.
No. Maine 2nd district. That's not the same as Maine.
I see.
It's actually much more likely
would be
to
270 on the nose. Interesting.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to Pennsylvania.
What a tight race.
It's a tight race.
And you think Trump's not going to raise fucking hell if he's got 268? Trump's not going to let that shit go. He's going to be like,
what can he do?
Supreme Court.
He'll say fucking fraudulent this, that's fake, this isn't real.
That's where it gets ugly, right?
That's where
we have a real problem in this country.
Yeah, when it goes to the Supreme Court.
You remember those people that tried to knock the Biden bus off the road?
Yes.
Yeah. Imagine how they're going to react if they think the Democrats are going to try to steal it.
That's
there
right.
was a bunch of shit that was happening. I don't know if you saw the violence in North Carolina today where people were trying to block the polls. There was a lot of chaos, and police were pepper spraying people at the polls today.
Jeez.
Yeah. It didn't look good.
Doesn't look good.
It looked awful. It's like, God damn it, this is voting.
Is there a shot that we don't know the answer tomorrow?
Yes, there's a very good shot we don't know the answer tomorrow, because it might take a while.
What do you think, if you had to guess?
If I had to guess, I think it looks relatively close. I'd say 3 days, maybe. We might know the answer.
God, so the weekend.
Perfect
timing.
I'll tell you right now. Flying the fuck out. Listen.
Yeah, you're getting out under the wire.
I'm getting out tomorrow at 6:30 a.m.
It's perfect.
Smart. Go
It's
right
perfect.
back to the desert.
Pack your shit. Get ready to move here.
Yeah, it's coming. Not immediately. It's coming. We'll see. It's coming. I got to see. This might go blue.
I don't think it is.
We'll see.
No, I think Trump's hanging on.
There's a potential. It's probably very hard, but a potential tie of 269 each. It seems like to get.
Okay,
that would be so
now,
good
they
for the
fight.
country.
Then
I
they
have no
fight.
idea what happens there. Like,
No, then they slug it out.
Yeah, then they fight. Duel.
Imagine if there was a
Let
ring
me tell you,
that comes out of the basement of the White House, rises up. They climb in and duke it out with those fucking Ong Bak fist things.
There was only a 4% chance it would end like that, and it seems like that might happen.
Do you know?
What happens in what? In case of a tie?
Yeah. They revote.
I think it goes to Congress. Hold on, let me look.
Because this says that this is from 538, who is everyone's favorite account today because of the polls, but it says in that case Biden would need to carry either Nebraska or Maine's second congressional district to win. And I don't know why those two specifically.
I'm going to look. I actually don't know what happens if it's a tie, and I'm going to look now.
Does Nancy Pelosi default or something?
In the United States, a contingent election is the procedure used to elect the president or vice president in the event that no candidate for one or both of these offices wins an absolute majority of votes in the Electoral College. A contingent election for the president is decided by a vote of the United States House of Representatives. Congress decides. While a contingent election for the vice president is decided by a vote of the United States Senate. Oh my God, that's interesting. Because that would mean the Democrats in the House would pick Biden to be president, and then the Republicans in the Senate would pick a Republican to be vice president.
And then what, the Supreme Court picks? Does it default? Does it go further?
During a contingent election, each House state delegation casts one vote to determine the president rather than a vote from each representative. Senators instead cast votes individually for vice president. The contingent election process was first established in Article 2, Section 1, Clause 3 of the U.S. Constitution. It was subsequently modified by the 12th Amendment in 1804. The phrase contingent election is not found in the text of the Constitution itself, but has been used to describe the procedure since at least 1823.
Wait, so I read over that real quick, and you kind of glossed over. It says that the
Which part?
president and vice president are indirectly elected, so that means they each are picked separately.
Right, that's what I just said.
I know. Really a good
I know it's
system?
going so fast.
This
Sorry.
is a very bad system.
I said you have the Congress picks the president, and then it's the Senate that picks the vice president. The Senate is Republican right now, and Congress is Democratic right now. So you'd have a Democrat at the top of the ticket and a Republican at the bottom of the ticket.
I think you'll have a winner. I think it's just going to, because somebody's going to win. Somebody's going to win these things.
I think it's going to all come down to Pennsylvania, and I still think it's very likely Biden wins Pennsylvania because they got to count all the mail-in ballots, and they're overwhelmingly Biden. But I will say this. Listen, if Biden wins this election and he's got less than 300 electoral votes, yet again, Trump outperformed the polls. He absolutely outperformed the polls. Because all the polls coming into today, if you just copied and pasted, it would have been Biden 351 electoral votes. So that means Trump outperformed the polls yet again if Biden only wins with like 278 or some shit.
So with Pennsylvania and their mail-in votes, like how carefully are those going to be monitored? Like the counting of them. This could get really weird.
It can get really weird. It can get really ugly. We know Trump is probably already going to try to downplay them and get them dismissed. The Republicans are they're doing lawsuits in certain states to try to get the ballots dismissed.
70% of the state voting absentee?
COVID. A lot of states have been doing it like that, where a lot of people don't want to show up to the polls.
It seems odd to me because you can go to the grocery store, you can go somewhere else. I don't know why you can't pull a lever.
Yeah.
That seems odd.
Seems odd.
There are going to be lawsuits where they try to throw them out.
Pennsylvania won't finish counting absentee ballots till Friday at the earliest.
Oh, that's a long time for
They're
that.
busy dealing with Tuesday's in-person voting. Wow, Friday. That's nuts. So here we are on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday.
See, 3 days, like I said.
Oh, my God. Wow. When Pennsylvania approved so-called no-excuse absentee mail ballots last fall, meaning any voter can request one without citing a reason, the law didn't allow officials to begin canvassing mail ballots until polls close on election night, according to Lisa Schaefer, the executive director of the County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania.
By the way, if Biden loses, the Democrats will immediately blame the voters, as if the voters let him down, not that he wasn't a good enough candidate. Because this is exactly what happened in 2016. They immediately started blaming the voters.
Yeah, well, they're going to be bitter. You know, people, when they lose, they blame all kinds of fucking other things other than their own performance.
Well, hey.
We had a few fillet of fish.
Yeah, we tried.
We had a few laughs. If people think that we weren't taking things seriously,
You're right.
that's what we're doing. That's exactly what we're here for.
Correct.
This is not a serious election show. But thank you, gentlemen. It was a lot
Thank
of
you
fun.
for having us.
That was a lot of fun indeed.
Yeah, thank you for coming and explaining things to us.
My
in
pleasure.
a way that's like
You're welcome.
informed. No, that guy. Thank you for mocking our system. Thank you, Jamie, for being a big Snopes fan. Appreciate that.
Chill.
One article. Jesus Christ.
Jamie's He's a COVID survivor. Let's give him some respect.
I know. I kind of shimmied away from him when I saw him at the door. I was like, all right, are you good, bro?
The antibodies, man.
He's got the antibodies.
He does.
He's the most safe person in this fucking room.
That's right.
He can cough in his mouth and he'd brush it right off. All right. Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. Hope it didn't disappoint you too terribly. Hope you're not mad at me for voting for someone who can't win.
Good luck and enjoy the riots.
I hope you're not mad at Tim
riots.
Dillon and Kyle Kalinske not voting at all.
Yeah.
Chaos. It's going to be chaos coming up in the next few days.
Yeah, I hope.
I really think it is.
Boy, I hope we can get through this as a country. And well, listen, on
Yes,
the bright
and
side,
yeah.
more people voted than ever.
Thank
I
you.
think we're aware now
That's a great
the
point.
importance of voting.
Thank
right?
you. Tim Dillon Show on YouTube. Good luck.
Tim Dillon has a great show. You can watch his podcast. You should
Secular
go see
talk.
him
Secular
live.
talk on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah, well, I was going to get to that eventually. But if you
I
want
wanted to cut you off.
talk over Tim Dillon's plug,
We're New
feel
Yorkers,
free.
is what we do.
Tim Dillon also is on the road. He's hitting the road again, starting to do a lot of gigs.
Yeah, we're trying. We're seeing. They're cutting capacity. We're rescheduling some stuff, but we're gonna fight through
They
it.
killed the Chicago show,
They're
right?
just killing them left. And then they're also like going like, hey, some of these clubs like, how about doing 24 shows instead? I'm like, no. Let's wait 2 months. And, So we'll
Right.
see.
Well,
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye, everybody. Episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience are now free on Spotify. That's right, they're free. From September 1st to December 1st, they're going to be available everywhere. But after December 1st, they will only be available on Spotify, but they will be free. That includes the video. The video will also be there. It'll also be free. That's all we're asking. Just go download Spotify. Much love. Bye-bye.